peace, love, power, darkness, and illumination. This is Alchemy Temple's Wet Witch Wednesdays with your hostess, the Dark Oracle, Goddess JaJa. And as you're coming into the cipher, you know, I'm going to allow all of you to come on in here. Peace, love, power, darkness, and illumination. And I'm going to keep saying peace, love, power, darkness, and illumination. You may need to get your blunts. You may need to light up. Because tonight I'm going into some things. Peace, love, power, darkness, and illumination to all of you entering into the cipher. Peace, love, power, darkness, and illumination to all of our international audience. Peace, love, power, darkness, and illumination to everyone that's incarcerated. All of you that will be catching the replay. Thank you so much for being a part of the cipher at Alchemy Temple, Wet Witch Wednesdays. Thank you for being here. So as I'm sharing this, family, you know, share. Because we're going to talk about shedding of the skin. The holographic pressures. Shedding of the skin. The holographic pressures. Okay? And this is something that we're going to get into because there's something that I need for everyone to understand. Everyone. So as you start to come in and you're listening to Peter Gundry, I'm going to just allow you to come on in here. Okay? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Peace, peace. I hope that y'all are enjoying your night as we're going into the witching hours. Peace, love, power, darkness, and illumination. It's so good to see you coming in. It's so good to experience you. Frederick, peace and love to the God. Peace and love to you, more life. Peace and love, heart chakra. Peace and love to you, Alice. Peace and love to you, Ra. How are you? If I don't say your name, I cannot see you. Forgive me, okay? Forgive me. I'm going to go ahead and get this shared. This is Peter Gundry. Oh, yes. Peter Gundry is playing right now. Peace and love to the God, Damien. How are you? How are you, beloved? How are you? As you're coming in, I'm going to share this. Yes. Shedding of the skin. Pressures, holographic pressures. Peace and love to the goddess Zen Moon. Peace and love to you, Queen Royal Chapman. Peace and love to you, Felicia. Peace, love, power, darkness, and illumination. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Just a few more of you. Come on in here. Peace and love to the goddess Imani Infinity. Peace and love to the goddess Anahata Nadis. Peace and love, power, darkness, and illumination. This is called shedding of the skin, holographic pressures. Shedding of the skin, holographic pressures. Okay? Now, this is something that is really, really, I want to speak to you about before we go into our cutting of the cord ceremony and going into our new moon celebrations tonight during the witching hours. We will definitely touch in and go into that tonight. So you'll receive a link to your Zoom, and it's not too late. So I'll get into that later because I want to get into the meat, okay, of the pot. You know, as we're going into, let me turn this down a little bit because Peter Gundry is definitely doing what he does best for my ciphers. As we start to grow, and as we start to go more into ourselves and delve into ourselves, right? Now, sometimes when we're delving into ourselves and we going deeper and deeper into what we are, and we understand and we really understand it, okay, that we are God. There's no worshiping of nothing outside of me, outside of you, and what you are. And as you do this, it's paramount that you begin to manifest that likeness of what God exudes. So some of us have certain ways or certain degrees that we tap into this. Some of us may come into it from the crown chakra going down to the root. Some of us may tap into it from the root coming back up to the crown. But all of it is half of the Kundalini process. It's always half of that energy that you tap into your life force. Peace and love to the God, Dr. Haru El Bey. So as you tap into this process, remember that it's either going to be either way, okay? You're either going to go up, which is also down, or you're either going to come from your crown to your root, which is also up. So when you go into the process with half of your activation or your Kundalini, half of it, half of that Dambala energy, half of that energy, right? Remember, you haven't traveled yet. You're getting into the fact that you know that there is something else, okay? There's something else outside of what you understand or what you think you know or what you feel you've been taught. There's another presence that is going on. There's a life force energy that is simultaneously working inside of you that is also moving around the cosmos 24/7 or however we dictate time. So this life force energy that begins to activate within you, but within me, right? And you start to say, you know what? Because for some of us, you say, I'm king and I'm queen. For some of us, we say, you know what? My melanin, my black skin matters. For some of us, you say, you know what? I'm white and I'm not less than just because I'm white. For some of us, we say, I'm a woman and you're going to recognize my femininity. For some of us, we say, I'm a man and I have a right. You know, I'm the matriarch and no one is stronger than me. But when you're ascending through your process, when you're going through your process, see, when we ascend, we paint it in this picture of glory and this picture of false realities. And see, just as we purge whenever we get into an experience, just as we become initiated, we start to transition and acclimate. What we're really acclimating to is ourselves, but we call it other entities, but it's an extension of who we are in circumference, meaning our circumference is allowed by the initiator or the high priestess or the priestess that's initiating you because of the fact that they've acclimated into a level of themselves. So they've they've adjusted into their reflection on all sides. So they've become a walking member of the Kundalini family. They've become a walking member of the activated life force. And then when you start to look at yourself and you say, you know what? I'm ascending. So you're only dealing with half of your serpent. You're only dealing with half of the snake. You're only dealing with one part of it. And then you realize that there's a duality to everything. And then you realize, you know what? There's a divine feminine and a divine masculine. Then you realize that, you know what? I came up this thing from the root. I came up from the fire or from the abyss. So now I'm striving to get to the crown, or understanding that there are chakras beyond the crown. There are chakras that's on the shoulders. There are chakras that's on the hands. But you know what? They don't work unless I deal with my first 7 or really my first 5. So when you come in from the crown, down, there is something that we begin to think that we understand because we get this on a scholarly level. And when we get this on a scholarly level, we're still ascending, even though we have to go down into the bowels of the abyss. Because when we're talking about as above, as below, and we have to go down, meaning up. So if you look at things from a holographic level, if you're looking at all angles of all sides of things, there is no such thing as up, down, or west, or east. It's all one layer. And you take the angles of it. When you flip it on its belly, it turns into down. Down turns into up. West turns into east. The 45-degree angle that's pointed in north and between north and east becomes the 45-degree angle that's between south and west. So when you start to ascend on every part of you, that Damballa energy, that serpentine energy that's starting to move up your chakra. See, the one that's starting to go up, right? Is it really going up? Is it really going up? Or is it going down? Is it really coming from your root, or is your root your crown? What happens at that point, family? Because see, we dealing with a part of us where we really don't understand how we've been adapting a philosophy for so long that doesn't identify with your original self. We tapped into a philosophy where we don't want to say, you know what? I'm going to take ownership of the fact that I'm God. So when I take ownership of the fact that I'm God, that means that the ownership that I take, I call all of my power back to me. That's a huge order. So that means that the Kundalini that is represented, okay, of what it's been called and what we like to use, this fancy terminology, this word that came to us, right? This Damballa energy that wants to become a part of you, because when you know that you are God, the serpent that begins to ascend or really descend, or descend and really ascend, or really travel and move in a sign, the wave that starts to happen in your body, which is an example of the serpent, because it's a sine wave, right? We start going into sine waves because the wave or the movement of that serpent is going to hit every aspect of your being. But we thinking, you know what, this Damballa energy is something that, I want to adapt to. This philosophy is something that I'm going to try to dissect and understand before I understand myself. The first thing that I'm going to do is understand what this book says, or I'm going to understand what this professor says, or I'm going to understand who is saying what before I go into my motherfucking self. Before I give myself credit, and I take the time to put back into myself what I've taken away from for lifetime after lifetime, I'm going to give all my goddamn power to this book. I'm not going to honor the little girl, or I'm not going to honor the soul that's been chasing my human ass for so fucking long. I'm going to give all my credit away. I'm going to say, you know what, power? I'm going to give you over here, because in this book it says this, and in this code of sacred geometry it says this, or in this code of what this doctor is saying, or in this code of what this doctor is saying, it says this. Who told you, motherfucker, that you were naked? Who the fuck told you that you were naked? Who told you that you ain't have everything in you that you needed to ascend and to descend, to create the flammable process of the sine wave? Who told you that you didn't have everything that it took to go up and go down? Why the fuck you have to grab a book and it becomes your life process, and then you have the audacity to try to feed it to those of us that are free? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think or what you believe, because when we say we God, when we take ownership of the fact that we know that we are God, when we start to ascend into the power that was given to us by our birthright, when we start to call the power back to us that belonged to us before time was time, before the word soul even existed, before there was an is and there was an alpha and omega, before there was a tree of life, before there was anything or a sigil, we were. And we decided to bring ourselves up out of the chaos of the cosmic mother. And we decided to insert ourselves into an energetic pool or energetic process that's called the soul. Because our identifying process of the dark matter that is indeed in existence said, I shall not die. I'm going to live. And in this process of me living, in the microorganism that I become, I'm going to make sure I invent a way for myself that I can spread and live. But we so busy. We try to grab on to something because we don't know. To understand, to have power is so scary. To grab on to some power that, you know what, this is all me. To say, you know what, this is all me. This is all you. That shit scary as fuck. To not be able to call on whomever, or to not be able to call on this book to save you and say, on page 32 of this book, it says what? But they're mere words when you don't activate the power within your goddamn self. And it gets hard. It gets lonely. You become alienated. Those of us that are among the elites in the adept chambers, we understand that we crawl into the adept chambers in every chakra. It's not just from chakra to chakra. It's in every chakra you go into the adept chambers of that chakra. And when you go into the adept chambers of that chakra, you become a master of that chakra. You ascend that chakra, which is a representation of what? So when you get to each layer of your chakra, when you ascend into any layer of your chakra, what that means is that every entity that comes into existence that's been created by man or woman that existed on the earth or where we are right now, that walks the ground, that was manifested from a mind. See, every monster it came from a mind. Every thought form came from a mind. Every archetype came from a mind. Every arch nemesis came from a mind. So every entity that there is, even the sign or even the astrology that we come here on, even the fact that, you know, I'm a Virgo, so I'm going to travel or circle around Saturn for 29 years. That came from something. Where you think it came from? Who do you think it derived from? What would you think is just cute to talk about that this is a part of me and a part of you? And then we say, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I don't follow anyone. But in the same breath, you quoting words to me that are not yours. In the same breath, you want to make me bow down to a philosophy that is derived from something other than yourself or myself. You don't even pull from the indigenous aspect of where you are because you're afraid of your own power. It's scary. It's scary to know that you are the creator of your destiny. It's scary to know that you can't put it on nobody else but your goddamn self. It's scary to know that in the abyss before you get to the root chakra, and when you crawling up your chakras, that what you pull from your lower region is going to manifest in form of human. It doesn't matter if they're soulless. It doesn't matter if they possess a soul. It doesn't matter if it's a demon. What does that mean? Who the demon comes from? What cycle of chaos is focused in this demon? What order of chaos have they been initiated into within themselves? It all comes from me. So how can they do some harm to me when I understand that I am the author of you and I will finish you, because the cosmic mother is my reflector, and without me there is no you. How the hell can you harm me? How can you harm me? How can whatever you doing in this world, or whatever you have done to chain me up, you put me in a prison system and it didn't kill me? In past lifetimes, you murdered me, but I'm still here right now. And in my future, right now, I dwell as I speak. On other dimensions, The God that I am is moving in the hologram. The holographic pressures of the reality of what you signed up for needs to be understood. Because it doesn't just stop here. There's an echo that's happening. You think an echo is just something you hear right now? There's a reverberation that's in existence. You think the reverberation is just right now? You think that, oh, I can hear the echo, and you think it stops right here? You think that the traveling of the thoughts that travels on water stop right here? Do you think so? Do you really think so? Because if you understand basic metaphysics, if you understand basic biology, if you understand basic astrophysics, if you understand basic motherfucking mathematics, you should know that the travel is infinite of the sound wave, of the sign or the Damballa that you become when you begin to ascend. So that means that everything that's in the circumference of your aura, and when your aura starts to expand out, when your aura starts to really be as above as below, as within as without, the plasma that you grab into, or the film of who your aura is, starts to extend out. Do you not think that that's an impression of who the fuck you are? I'm talking about you. Do you not think that you put a cosmic print into the cosmos and you start to create a reality that is seen by every entity, every dimension, every multiverse, every star system, everything that you can imagine, every form of matter, every form of organism, every form of dust? Don't you understand that they see you? And they start to wonder what is this light is that came from this darkness that existed within this region of reality. Now I see this light emanating that comes from that vessel or that soul. Because you look at your soul and you think it's a not with you, or you think it's a small little piece of energy. And you don't understand that there are tools in place to help you recognize that you are God. And then when we start to recognize that, and we start to go into ourselves, and we start to elevate more and more into ourselves, and we start to shed the skin, we start to die daily. We start to understand those deities, or those orishas, or those gods of that order of death. Why is there even an entity that is over death? Why is there an Anubis? Why is there a Baron Samedi? Why, family? Tell me why. Why is there an Eshu? Why? Tell me why. Why is there even that in existence? And then when we put all of this reality into their purpose, they do exactly that. But when the order is there, because as you die daily, there has to be a somebody that monitors the death process that you experience. Because once you shed the skin or die of the philosophy that you had to kind of shed in order to remember who you are, they there to guard the fucking gates for your own fucking self that will try to come creep back in with thoughts, with sounds, with things that may come up, and you start to become nostalgic with parts of you, or the debris that, you know, it comes with us as humans when we decide to come back into these bodies. Things escape into the reality through our birthright, but we have keepers of the dead. We have watchers of the dead. We have those that say, you died to this, and I'm going to remind you that you did. Because you and your loose mind, and you and yourself that doesn't really want to accept your power, will be quick to run back to the dead that you shedded, to the layer of death that came off of you. You want to run back to it. And as you go through this process, as your Damballa energy starts to increase, that's wisdom. Damballa is straight wisdom. And when you are wise, when you know the ledge that you cross, you become activated in that level of the ledge that you're on. So that ledge that you on is up and moving up and moving up and moving up, or so we think. So that's what we've been taught. So when I say that I'm God, right? That means that I'm God of JaJa. And I'm God of everything that JaJa encompasses. So that means that all of my chakras, all of my 7 light bodies, all of my invokers, every last one of my invokers, everything is going to make sure that all that represents that energy, I become every zodiac sign. I become every form of celestial body. I become the moon, the balance. I become all moons because it's not just one goddamn moon. I become the waning and the waning. I become builder and I become destroyer. I become positive and I become negative. And I have the ability to go back to 0 and reset myself all over again and elevate into the next layer of my soul. And as this happens, it can get lonely. As this happens, you trying to understand where you're going. As this happens, you grab teachers along the way. You grab guides along the way that whisper in your ear. The unseen spirits become soldiers in your army. The ones that you call deities and orishas and the ancestors and all of the ancient ones, you are known and unknown. They become soldiers in your army because they understand your supremacy. They understand that the greeting or the grounds that you have laid on in the 3D is what you said that you wanted to do. And they know that this shit is not easy. Especially when you reclaim your power. As soon as you reclaim your power has to be recognized. And how is it done? What's the opposite of love? And don't tell me that there is not one. It's called motherfucking war. So how do I know that I have power? I just walk and say I'm powerful? No, it has to be exercised, right? You have to look. You have to know that you have it. How you gonna know? Unless you have to flex your muscles. You have to show that you a sharp motherfucking shooter. You have to show that you are God and that you have been practicing. You have to show that all your training is in place. From the time that you were a child or a babe, even the time from lifetimes before, is going to be put into motion. So when you go into that part of yourself, and you say, you know what? You used to think, you know how you say, I don't know why I took this in college or why I even went to school for that. I wish I would have done this. When I was in school, I did this. I was this way. When I was in elementary school, I was the best speller in elementary school. When I became in junior high school, I was able to do math in my sleep. I was trained. My teacher was so great. When I was a baby, I remember my mom and my dad sat me down and taught me some lessons. You know, I remember being in my mother's womb and I can see as she traveled in the ocean with me in her womb. See, as you ascend and you descend and you become a walking cosmic orgasm, repeated, activated life force. Your aura is now outstretched. Your aura engulfs anything that comes in its way. It's like a spider web. You become a big ass spider web. And you, everywhere you move, your aura is going to reach out and grab. So now you become a universe. You become a universe. You become a walking and you become a living and breathing universe. And then you have to protect your universe. And then as you become a walking, living, and breathing universe, that means that everything in your universe is protected. So the outside of your universe is dark. When you first look at the earth, does it look like light except for the lights that's on it? Is there any light? Is there any light? No. The first thing you see is darkness, which is protection, right? You can't really see in the dark. And then once you are able to go beyond the layer of that universe, of that embodied vessel, you're able to see the colors of experiences that promoted the fact that they have power. their power. And as the power is recognized and outstretched, and as the power is known, then you start to go into another universe. But this time, this other aspect of this universe is another layer or fractal part of you that you start to become. GodIs then said, when the many universes within our inner self overflows into the many dimensions between us, there is an abundance of energy that dissolves the illusion of separation. Exactly. So as we're going through this process, and as we're ascending, and you can feel the pressures, you know how you get on a plane for the first time and your ears start to pop. You know, they tell you to do stuff like chew gum or put something in your ear, or they tell you to do stuff, right? It's the same thing that starts to happen. Because when you've mastered all layers of yourself, you're not supposed to be so fucking humble that you become a damn doormat. No, everything in your universe is working with you. You are the God. You are the one in control. And as you do this, as you ascend, the pressures of the hologram, because now you're the hologram. Now you're not in a vessel no more. Now you understand. You see things from all angles. Now you see things as a universe looking at the other universes of you that's starting to perform. Now you're looking at all other aspects of the planetary system, and now the pressures is starting to apply. It feels like water pressure. It feels like everything around you, the pressures is starting to happen, because now you're at the holographic level of yourself. And now, oh my goodness, it's like your ears about to pop. The pressures is everywhere, but you gotta maintain the universes. You gotta maintain the multiverse. You gotta maintain it. You can't allow the water. So you gotta flex your power and your muscles. You gotta be strong. You gotta, everything that's happening in your universe, you can't allow it to sabotage everything that you have walked into and become, that you said you was going to become. You can't allow the pressures of the hologram and looking from that view to fold you, to make you fold. So you gotta hold the pressure. With everything that you are, your soul is now strong. You have developed that soul by different practices, by different things. So now, you, even though you can feel it, and the pressure of the water is all around you, because thought travels on water. You think water is only here in this atmosphere, this hemisphere. You think we the only place that got goddamn water. So as we traveling up in our ascended process in the holograph is pressure, because now you sitting there and you can see things from every angle, every perception you have become, every color you have adapted, every experience you know. You are every fractal aspect of yourself. So the pressures are every fucking where, and you still gotta balance it. You gotta stay balanced. You gotta stay balanced. You might have to cry a minute. You might have to shed a little tear, because the pressures is getting so fucking heavy as you go higher and higher and wider and wider and lower as you go, and now you up on the hologram, and you can see things through the lens of your third eye chakra, and you can see through all the 5 eyes that's aligned right here. So now you looking around, and you no longer looking from the eyes of your 2 of your invokers, but now you're looking from the hologram, and the pressures are everywhere, and you can feel them trying to come in and drown you out. You can feel the pressures trying to come in and apply, but you say no, because the darkness I am, and the darkness I shall be, because everything comes from me. Without me, there is nothing else. Without me, there is no sustenance. And you say, hell, fuck no. My power is all mine. It will become mine, not only in this universe, but the multiverse that exists within me. I'm God. You're God. The minute you start to adapt the philosophy that was handed from any goddamn body, you start to ask yourself questions. Because when an entity try to control you and make you adapt into a reality that is their perception, you need to ask them why. Why? You can't understand and give me my ashe. You can't understand and give me my namaste and understand that you God and I'm God. So as God, we going to commune together and we're going to dine together. And then when we recognize the territory, because see, in this darkness, which is only, see, my beloved teacher, Dr. Haru, it is only 10% of the reality. So we're not even talking about all. And see, even with the all that you perceive the all is, what is that? Is that all that there is? Is that all that there is, family? Don't limit yourself. Don't limit your thinking. When we say we God, are you only God when you feeling good? Are you only God when you so what about this demon that's coming? So, woo, what does that mean? Come here, demon. Let's have a talk. Because if you're coming into my presence, that means you want to acknowledge me. If you're coming into my presence, dear demon, you're coming because you want to acknowledge me. Because you know, in order to speak to me, you have to have my permission. It's not the other way around. It's not the other way around. How can it be? So we do things to help our vessel stay in motion of what we are. We do things to help ourselves become stronger. We do things because we got to maintain the pressure. We got to stay balanced and produce harmony on every angle, which is our angels, right? Angels are angles. Angels are angles. So we have to do things to maintain the pressure of the angels that we call into ourselves, which is the hologram. Isn't the hologram all angles? When you look from the hologram, that means you can see from all angels, right? Can't you, family? That means you're able to see. You can see, but as you're looking simultaneously through all of your eyes, see, when you go into the 7 chakras, into the next 7 chakras, into the next 7, into the 21, then you're going expanding, and your shoulder, your hand chakras can't work unless your shoulder chakras are working. Then it becomes one. Then all of your light bodies, all of your fractal selves, the legion that is you, begin to work in a simultaneous. See how this is why I use this frame, so that you can see the dimensions of you that's happening, so that you can understand you on every layer, so that, see how it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Right here or right now, but your fractal selves are mirroring you everywhere you go. Don't you understand? Parallel universes, this is what this is. This is why I choose these frames, because you got to understand that the processes and the echo and the reverberation and the reality and the darkness that you become, and you pull and extract every vibration or every experience from. I want you to know that whatever decision you decide, there is another you that's going to be there to fulfill that experience. Is it not? Is it not another reality that's going to take place if you go left instead of right? If you go to this store instead of this market, isn't there another you over there that's waiting to fulfill that destiny? Or is it not? Has that been played out already? Or are we just thinking that it's just right now, right here with us? What about when we go through these parallel universes and we see things and things happen? They seem two people in the same place at the same time. I'm trying to figure this out. Or those of us that are really, really, really into our spirituality, and we see our people walking around in their fractal selves right in front of us. Right in front of us. Stop being so goddamn spooky. Stop being so scared of yourself. It's hard, I know. It's hard to say that's my power right there. That's all me. And as that's all me, you start to talk to the winds in your sleep. You able to heal somebody by just saying, okay, no worry, I'm going to make sure you're protected. And in your protection, it sends out an order of healing to protect you from your own self. And people start saying, you healed me after I talked to you. Or whatever the case may be. But when you go into the natural order of who you are, best believe, trust, believe that you're going to be awarded with you. It's not outside of you. It's you. It's all of your power that's coming back to you. It's not the other way around. You insert into yourself. Why do you think everybody becomes a woman first before? Why do you think everything is a woman first before they're born into the male species? Why? Because everything has the ability, or every entity or every energy or every human has the ability to insert the code of the cosmos. So the imprint of the reality of each code that's grafted in your DNA first has to be in the form of a womb before it can become an insertion process, which is the phallus. It's an inserted direct chaos of reality. That's why when a man knows that he's God, he becomes synchronistic with all sides of himself, specifically his divine feminine side, and he understands that part of him, and that he becomes a walking insertion of energy, of erect, uncompromised truth, just like the plants, just like the plant kingdom, just like the sacred medicines, just like the sacred plants. There is no compromising in the man that knows that he's God, because now he has grafted into himself. The reality from the codes that were embedded in him comes up and becomes a part of his every movement. So there is no compromise. That erect thing looks strong because it will not bend under pressure. It does not know no other way but to be God. See, and a woman that is the creatrix and understand that everything she does, when she puts herself to it, when she walks in that right, she has to give birth. And she's going to give birth to gods when she's a god. When she's a witch, she's going to give birth to witches. When she's a witch and a god, and she's all of the clairs, and she's everything that you can think of, and she's the crone, and she's the high priestess and the Babylao and all of that and this and that. She's going to give birth to every aspect of the reality of the womb of the cosmic mother. So when a woman knows she's God, the only order that comes from her being or what's around her is God. That's all that's going to come. That's all going to be activated and acclimated from her essence. While maintaining the pressures of the holograph. Because you have to maintain it. Because you cannot fold. Failure is not an option. Think and grow rich, right? Napoleon, y'all know who that is. Failure is not an option. So if you think failure is an option before you even begin, you've already failed. Because you're going to manifest exactly what your thoughts are. Failure is not an option. I'm God. I'm God in my sleep. I'm God when I'm sad. I'm God if I'm homeless. I'm God in the abyss. I'm God of every chakra. Oh, y'all need to say I'm God. Say I'm God. I'm God. I'm God. I'm God from the first, from the abyss of the darkness from whence I pulled myself from. I'm God. I'm God. I'm God on every degree. I'm God. I'm God with every sigil that looks like it came before me. I'm in that sigil. I'm God. I'm God. I'm God in the bone and in the marrow and in the blood that I am. I'm God. I'm God in dealing with Kemet. I'm God. I'm God in dealing with the Kabbalah. I'm God. I'm God in dealing with the Torah. I'm God. I'm God in dealing with the Bible. I'm God. Bitch, I'm God. I'm gonna be God. I'm always God. Failure is not an option. God don't fail. God don't fail. I don't care what it looks like to man. So now you do what you gotta do. You cut the cords. You get with us. You cut the cords. You get with us. You cut the baggage. You cut the part of your mind that you can't seem to drop. You cut the cords. You get your esoteric knife and you cut the cords. You get with goddesses that know what the fuck we doing. And you cut the cords. You slice them off. You cut the cords. You cut the cords. You cut the cords. You do whatever you have to do to get your power back. Stop running into the arms of what feels good because it feels good. Because you're so busy on the pacifier. You on the titty of whatever was given to you. Because you don't know no other way. Or you don't remember. You have slamnesia or selective amnesia in the now. But you God. You fucking God. So it doesn't matter what traveled through the birthing process of your family. What's not of God is not of you. Everything that is God, you will extract. Everything that is God, you will become. Your ancestor that you are, the ancestor that you're becoming, the deity that you embody, the deity that you are, the indigenous aspect that you are, the celestial body that partners with you, you're God there too. Everywhere you are, you're God. And over this dimension, that dimension, you're God. It doesn't matter. You God, you God, you God. You're going to tell the blood that's in your body, I'm God. You're going to tell the dis-ease that no more. I'm God. I'm God. So I'm going to cut anything inside of my psyche that's going to stop me from being that. Because it's me. It don't have nothing to do with nobody else. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's my power. I'm calling it all back to me. I'm calling it back to me. And literally see your power traveling through the veins of the cosmos. See your power coming back to you like a big kaboom. Like when the planets make each other. They don't make each other in a cutesy little cutesy way. It's a big kaboom where they come together in a combustion and the planets form. And that's how you know that boom, it hit me hard. I could see. I could feel my power entering my body. I understand that I'm God. I'm God. I'm God. I'm God. I am beginning. And I ain't saying it's not an end yet right now. Because when I say that it is, that's when it will be. So I'm God. And the reason that I know this, or the reason that I identify as such, because that's the highest order known to this world. That's the highest order. That's right, you God. You God, you God, you God. Be God. Unapologetically. Embrace you. Embrace you. The internal war that goes on within us. The ego that make you tap into that set or satanic energy that wants to tell you why. Buffing up. What? All it has to be, your ego just needs to become healthy because it's out of whack by your thought process. And once that ego becomes healthy, it'll help you institute the fact that you're God. Be you. Unapologetically. Be God. And then when you get to the level of the holograph, balance the pressure. Do planks with your soul. Soul planks. Use your psychic power to keep the waters away. Well, Nick, I can understand that. That was something that was taught. The ego is bad. The ego is bad. Just like it was taught that the devil is bad. Lucifer is bad. Demons are bad. Woo. But how do we know a demon exists? It has to first enter you first to even be in existence. Right? Right? The stories, you know, when people become possessed, even possessed by your ego. Anything that possesses you and takes you off balance. So when you have a healthy ego, it's going to serve you. See. Well, does the ego really? And the soul, see, the energy that's the soul, we dictate the movement of our soul. It's not the other way around. There's no aspect of spookism when it comes to the soul. You're in control of it by your 6 electrons that's in your mind. That's all electricity. That's all energy. So whatever is in your mind or whatever is in your psyche is what tells the soul what to do. The ego is smart because the ego be like, what the fuck do you mean? Do this. You know? A lot of people say those that are prideful of being in the Leo energy have a big ego. Because, you know, the lion is proud. But when you look at medically what the Leo represents, that's the heart. So would it be wrong to think that the ego is representing the other side of your heart, saying, I'm going to protect your heart. I'm going to protect you, but you know, sometimes I might take over. Wow, Nick. Your energy. See, your energy, Nick, is beautiful. And all you need, beloved, is to balance your energy. Peace and love. Just balance your energy. As a matter of fact, I need you to get with Dr. Heru and myself, and we got some stuff for you. But tonight we're going to be doing our Cutting the Cord workshop, day 1, where myself, the goddess Zen Moon that's in the cipher, the goddess Imani Infinity are going to walk you through the processes of cutting the cords of energetic baggage. Energetic baggage. If you want to be a part of that process, let us know, and we'll tell you what you need to do. We're going to start in just a few moments. Thank you, Jesus. You know this is Peter Gundry, my favorite. I love you, Jesus. Peace and love and power to you. We need to reclaim our power back. Why do we try to get rid of something that's a part of us? Right? Even if this thing, right, these thought forms that we give birth to, we give birth to thought forms. Every day, every minute. Energy has to be manifested. It's just like the highest form of magic is sex. Because the energy is so high and the esteemed pleasure that is there, the manifestation is immediate. So how do we do this? How do we make sure that we balance each part of us? How do we make sure that nothing is acting out of order? And see, it's not easy, family. I'm not saying that it's a walk in the park and you can do this with your eyes closed. It's a process. Indeed, Nick. Make sure you get with us, beloved God. Peace and love to the goddess Prolific. How are you? Cutting the cords. Sometimes when we start to ascend, the cords are cut. Right? People, places, things. Right? Start to be cut, and we trying to understand what's going on, but you moving. And you're shedding the skin. And you're dealing with the pressure. It's not that no one in the human form is bothering you, but you're traveling, in space. You're traveling at the speed of darkness, which is faster than the speed of light. And you're traveling through space. And as you're traveling, you're connecting with all of yourselves. You're pulling them back to you. And the pressures are there. The pressures are there because you can't allow it to break you down. You got to hold it so that you can build a portal for yourself to move through. You have to be able to move so that you can maintain each frequency. We can't just stop and think we've arrived because we're good and we're at our crown chakra and we can say real good. We can see, we can sing these mantras and we forget to go back to our root chakra, and we don't want to deal in that frequency because it's low. Fuck that. That's the part that got you to where you are. That's the blood, that's the bone, that's the marrow. So you have to, as you're traveling through the portal that you create for yourself, as you're traveling through the number of your life path, as you're traveling through the portal of what frequency or the third aspect of you, which creates a portal for you, you have to keep the pressures at bay. And so now we develop a way of how to cut the cords for you. If you didn't get a chance to watch this, y'all go back and watch it, because you need to understand who you are. Peace to the God, Tay Solo. Remember, you're always traveling. You never stop. When you reach a certain level, you're still traveling. You never stop. When you activate your life force, that means you connect with the life force that's on, outside of you, above you. You connect with the life force that's already activated, and you activate yours because it can't be activated inside of you. Nothing can be activated inside of you but by your permission. Do you understand what I'm saying? So once that life force energy is activated inside of you by your permission, by what you're doing to help yourself, then it connects to the life force outside of you, and then you're going to keep going. There is no stopping. When you think you resting, you moving. When you think you being still, you moving. When you think you dealing, writing up a paper, you still talking to entities and talking to energy. You still telling this wind how to move. You still protecting your mother and your father. You still protecting your children. You still are literally sending energy through the symbiotic relationships or the thought forms that you have birthed, that you're keeping, giving assignments to. Even the demons or the angels or the angles that you have developed for yourself, you talking to them. Your mind, your psyche never stops. Your vessel is what needs to rest, but not your mind. It never stops. We're in a dream state. Sometimes we remember them. You traveling. It never stops. We astral project. We remember, sometimes we don't. It never stops. When you're a practitioner and you have clients, which becomes a part of your family. You have students. You not only protecting them, but you protect their families. You protect the ones that they love, because you constantly are reading the energy and you're understanding what's going on. You're tapped into them, so you know exactly what it is. You never stop. You never stop. Never, ever stop. So we're getting ready to go into this cutting of the cord ceremony. We would love to see you there. And this new moon in Virgo is dealing with your digestive system. That's straight balance. If your digestive system out of whack, you might as well, poison is of course. Any leakages there, So we're going to celebrate the fact that we've cut the cords. We've cut the cords. So we want you to be with us tonight, family, so that we can go through this process. And we're going to start it tonight in a few minutes. And then tomorrow night as we go into the new moon and celebrate. And then y'all going to give us a report as you always do, as you manifest. Even faster because now the baggage has been cut. Okay. So, yeah, that's right, Jesus. When you say you got a gut feeling, that's dealing with Virgo. And you say, I got a gut feeling, that's straight Virgo. Virgo is the biggest constellation or a second to it. Why? When you look at your body, in regards to your digestive system, isn't that big? Exactly. That's that new moon in Virgo. Leo, we just came from you. Your energy, right? That's dealing with that heart. Now that we've dealt with that heart, we got to go into the gut. Trust your gut. How you going to trust it if you don't know it? So all of you need to be in this cutting of the cord ceremony in a few minutes. You know who you are. Yes. So reach out to me. It's been an honor. An honor. We have so many things going on, family. Let me just tell you a little bit. Right now, we're going to have this cutting of the cord ceremony. The spirit vibe, the spirit grind vibe festival that's coming up, fastly approaching us from October the 31st through November the 3rd. If you have any gifts, if you are an artist of any kind, please reach out and let us know, because we want to talk to you. We have vending opportunities, and of course you don't want to miss an opportunity. There's 4 days where you can make, lots of money. This is the collective consciousness spiritually coming together to create a shift and consciously move. And we become, when we become a collective conscious, all of our auras merge together and we become one aura within many auras. So as we do that, this is what the spirit grind vibe represents. The spirit grinding together, merging together, and the vibe is going to be one that we create by the collective consciousness that is us. Okay? Literally. So, you're going to have those, of us there. It's going to be pay-per-view. I'm going to be there with my tantric tent. We're going into tantric aspects. We're going to have all type of artists performing there. Dr. Haru is going to be there doing his thing. You know how that is. We're going to have so many different people. Zen Moon. If you don't know who she is, please, the honor of this beloved goddess. So get with us for more information. Sponsorships, if you have your own businesses and you want to sponsor and help us with this collective force and be a part of this, we have something for you so that you can. And also those of you that will be coming in a ticket, if you send a video saying that I'm going to come to the spirit vibe, I want to be a part of the vibe, I'm going to be a part of the vibe, and send that video to us, we're going to put it together for a commercial, and you'll get percentages off of your tickets. Okay? So all you have to do is upload a video of yourself saying, I'm getting ready to go. It could be a group, it could be whomever, but we're going to make a commercial out of that, a video out of that, and the video promo, and then we're going to give you a percentage off of your ticket just for doing that. Okay? You don't want to miss it. It's going to be in Charleston, South Carolina. Yes, video promo at thespiritgrind.com, where you would send your videos to. They can be 30 seconds, 20 seconds, where you're just talking about what you gonna do. You come into the Spirit Grind, you know. And those are indigenous grounds that the Spirit Grind is on. It's a water park. It's gonna be phenomenal. All types of foods, fire throwers, belly dancers, readers, all type of vendors from everywhere. Okay, entertainment, music. We're going to have a ritual of the moon. The veil will be completely lifted, so you'll be able to experience everything in its raw form, spiritually, in dealing with the spiritual aspect of things. Okay, Alchemy Temple is a sponsor. Enchantress is a sponsor. We have some big energies coming through. Okay. We can't wait to see you there. We can't wait to see your face in the place. You know, as everybody know that you caught the vibe. You're a part of the vibe. Will there be ayahuasca? Nick, as a matter of fact, yes. There will be a ceremony conducted by myself and probably my fellow shamans that's going to assist me, depending upon how many will be going into their ceremony. You know, there's a shaman assigned to so many of those that will be traveling. But yes, that is going to be a part. Yes, there will be. Indeed. And Zen Moon she's an inductor as well. I am walking people through their journey. The goddess in Money Infinity, you know. Kay Lavelle is a shaman. Yes, Dr. Haru, he's a shaman as well. He's a master shaman, of course. Yes, entertainment can. So entertainment, send that. Y'all see that? Kay Lavelle at thespiritgrind.com. If you do poetry, spoken word, any of that, you know, all of that kind of stuff, please, please email and let us know, because we want to get you organized and set up. Okay, we getting ready to go and do this. But tonight, we cutting them cords. If you want to do an ayahuasca ceremony as well, you can message us at the Spirit Grind. Isn't it the www.thespiritgrind.com? Our general contact email. You could just message and find out more about that, because yes, ayahuasca is something that we will be having sacred medicine, sacred plants, ceremonies. Indeed. All of that will be there. Yes, indeed. Okay? And we look forward to seeing you there. You will start to hear more as the days move in. And remember, you want to catch the vibe. You want to be a part of this cutting of the cord ceremony starting tonight. Okay? If you come tomorrow, indeed, Nick, where are you located? Thank you, Ra. Yes, Aya at thespiritgrind.com for the ayahuasca ceremony, so that way, you know, we'll know, because we're going to be literally having a ceremony there. that's conducted by us. Indeed. Yes. Aya at thespiritgrind.com. Aya at thespiritgrind.com. Okay. That will have to be scheduled ahead of time, and you will need to literally put a deposit for that, because we have to have, everything for you prepared, because our ceremonies are a little different in how we're conducting them. So we'll have to have everything prepared. Okay. That's something that's going to be a part of it, but a separate days for that, Yes. That email address comes to all of us. Indeed, Ra. I can't wait. Okay. Sacred medicines, sacred plants. They talking to y'all. Nick, you ready? You ready, Nick? I cannot wait, because Mother is talking to you for you to even mention her. You're getting ready to be healed on so many levels. Yes, you are. So, yes. And then there are so many aspects, or so many different sacred medicines and sacred plants. Okay? So we're going to have all type of divinity there. Okay? And I cannot wait. I can't see, my goal is to see our goal for the spirit grind and the collective consciousness. It's not just a consciousness, it's just a consciousness that's healed. A consciousness that understands that you're God. A consciousness that understands that your individual self adds to my individual self, and as a collective we become a melody. We balance each other out, and we can create a family. And in that family of spiritual reality, we all understand what it is. We're not tolerating any condemnation whatsoever. So if your philosophy or whatever your religious practice is warrants you to be other than our collective consciousness, you will not be invited at all. You can't come, because the energy is going to be gauged by us, the goddesses, us, the God that's on the team to make sure, the ancestors that are there, the energies or the entities that are there. I understand that. You grew up Christian. That doesn't have anything to do with you in the now, beloved, okay? So as a collective, this is something that we're making sure that everyone enjoys. Okay? Everyone. Yes. Peter Gundry. Peter. Family, we got to get up out of here, because it's time for us to cut these cords. Get with us so that we can send you that link. We'll tell you exactly what you need to do. If you decide to come tomorrow, it'll be a little bit more for you, because that's more work we have to do to cut your cords. Okay? Because we're going to help you. See, when you cut the cords, right? It's just like when some people go in to have surgery, even if they're going to, have a body, cosmic surgery done. Sometimes you're told you have to get rid of some of this weight, even though it's for your health. You still have to drop some of the pounds first, so that we can safely remove the fat that's left, right? Don't you see that? That's what cutting the cords is. We're going to cut the cords so that we can ensure your manifestation, that you won't counteract your own projected or your own aspect of your petition, so that you won't counteract it, because we cut that cord, because a lot of times y'all sabotage your own magic. Yes, bring a notebook and a candle. because we getting ready. Oh yeah. Hope y'all ready. Okay? Tomorrow, Dr. Haru will be in the building. Take What You Want Thursdays. Okay? He'll be here. You don't want to miss that. We'll have some more updates. You're going to start seeing a lot. Remember to let us know. You're going to see things posted everywhere concerning what we're doing with the festival. You're going to start to see everything that's going on with the festival, okay? Thank you, Karen. Karen, message me, Karen, so that I'll know which one. There are a couple of Karens, so that you can get the link, okay, for the cutting of the cord. Okay? Please message me, beloved, so that I can make sure I send you the link. And if you're not my friend on Facebook, I need to make sure that you get the link. Okay? Yes. Peace and love. We're getting ready to go. And y'all know, if you need me, look to the cosmos and call out my name. Oh, if y'all need a reading or anything, please let us know, because as time become more constricted from the movement of the moves that we're making, you're gonna have to be on time. In order to book us, you're gonna need a deposit for readings and such, because time is of essence, because we're busy. Okay, and we have to really manage our time, and our readings are forms of healing and releasing for you. Yeah, we are. Peace and love to you. Goddess JaJa, it's so good to see you. Okay, so, all right. Right now, take advantage of this. Take advantage, okay? And tap into yourself. And let's cut these cords in a few minutes, okay? So that as we go into this new moon in Virgo, y'all know I'm celebrating Virgo season, as so I'm high in energy, because this is what I spent my 29 years perfecting. Virgo. Right. Virgo. So I am a Virgo, of course. And this new moon in Virgo is everything. Okay? Peace and love to you, to my daughter Isabella, all my daughters in the house. Isabella, are you coming to this cutting of the cord ceremony? You've probably been busy, I know. Probably haven't seen it. Yes. You see what Zen is saying? So Zen is going to be present, Goddess Imani, Infinity, and of course myself. All right. Kay Lavelle has something special for you. All right. Y'all hear Peter? Y'all hear Peter back there? I love y'all. It's always hard to leave y'all, but I gotta go. Peace and love to you, Black Love. You know I'm a reflection of you, God. I'm a reflection of you. Thank you. I'm a reflection of you. Okay? Ra, if you could come, you need to come. If you can come, you need to come tonight. Did y'all see that? Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all a story. You see what Zen just did? She did that for me. This is my sister goddess. As soon as she found out that I love Peter, and I wanted, I love Peter, I expressed my love for him, as a composer. And all of you know that I love Peter. And a lot of you started to listen to him, even in your own right. And so she did something, and she surprised me. She literally did it, and she surprised me. She sent me an email. She sent me a picture of the fact that she had reached out to him, and he's going to be there. Isn't that something? That's love. That's sisterhood. He's going to be there at our festival. Yes. I mean, y'all, that's beautiful to me. Because that is something that was manifested. That's something that I said that I couldn't wait to sit down with him and watch him play and dine with him, because he speaks to me through his music. He's so synchronistic in his music. She reached out to him, and he's going to be at our festival. Do you know Peter Gundry? He composed for Game of Thrones. He is a world-renowned composer, and he's going to be at our festival because my sister understood my love for him. So that's love, and that's what we doing in the spirit grind. Catch this vibe. Catch this vibe. Okay? So many people that y'all don't want to miss is going to be there in entertainment to showcase their art. Okay? I'm getting ready to go. If you need me, look to the cosmos and call out my name. And I just might say, what up, doe? Peace and love, family. Catch you on the flip side.